Okay, so very good morning. We will wait for 1 to 2 minutes, then we will start our session.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, yes, very good morning. Okay, so yesterday we will discuss about the directional overcurrent protections. Okay, right. So, what will be the different constraint that we will see in the feeder, okay, for and what will be the different fault which will appear in the feeder section, and how could I resolve this fault issues, right? Using the differential overcurrent protection relay that will be installed in the feeder. Okay, so today we will discuss the another protection schemes which will be also be known as a distance protection, which will be the advanced protection schemes. So next we will discuss the next also we will discuss the differential protections for the transmission line. Okay, so what are the different protection schemes that will be developed for the transmission line as well as the transformers and the bus bars. Okay, so each and every segments we need to protect from any such kind of fault that will be appeared either in the transmission line or either in the bus bar or either in the transformers, right? So we need to share my screen so that you will able to see what the distance protection is. So in the distance protections we have a consideration of a impedance relay. We have a consideration of a more relay. Okay, so two different type of relay we are implementing in the distance relay. We are considering a radial system, okay, radial distribution system for considering the distance protection, right? So having a single source. Okay, so we mainly emphasizing on the one simple radial distribution system which is feed from the single sources. Okay, so we have to calculate what will be my apparent impedances at the particular sending ended. Okay, and when it should be when the bus bar under loaded condition and the unloaded condition. We will check when it will be the under unloaded condition if any such kind of fault that will be appeared in the bus. Okay, so that thing we will see, and also we will see when the sending end we have connected any such kind of load. Okay, that means under loaded conditions. Okay, that means when the system is loaded, what will be the my impedance, okay, behavior. Okay, for that cases, if any such kind of fault that will be appeared in the bus bar section. Right? So we will share my screen so that you will able to see. Okay, I will share my paint screen so that you will able to. Yes, is my screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So today, yesterday we will discuss about the directional overcurrent protection, right? One second, ये इशू हो जाता है. I have again, wait for a second. Yes. So in the previous lecture, we will discuss about the directional overcurrent protection, right? So that thing we will already discuss. Okay, so today we will discuss about the distance protection, which will be the advanced version of this directional overcurrent protections, which will be also known as a distance protection, right? So we will discuss these things today. So for that we will considering a simple radial distribution system, okay, which will having a single source, okay, which will be feed from a single source, and we have to measure the apparent impedances at the particular sending end. If this having the sending end having a connection of a load, so what we will see in the distance protection relay, what will be the behavior of the distance protection relay. So that thing we will discuss in this case. Okay. So physically, we will not connected any such kind of relay in this case. So depending upon the what the distance of the particular fault that will be appeared in the transmission line, depending upon that, and depending upon the impedance, okay, and depending upon the values of the impedances, apparent impedances, we will selecting what the fault condition is. Okay. So first I have to draw. So suppose we have a system like this, and some bus bar is connected. Okay. So here actually we are considering a simple radial system, right? We will only considered one simple. Sorry, we will consider only a simple radial system, a radial distribution system, right? So in the radial distribution system, we are having a single source that will be connected with this. Okay. So supposed to be, we are considering the section, it will be considered as AB, right? Okay. And some of the load that will be connected in the sending end, okay, which will be considered as we are considered. this will be the load. Okay, and the impedance of this particular load we are considering as a ZL. Okay, and the impedance of this particular line we were considering, so we are considering this line. Suppose this section. Okay, suppose in this section we are considering this section to this section, that means under the AB segments we are considering it's a the line impedance. Okay, it should be considered as Z line. Okay, and suppose some of the fault that will be appeared in this section. Okay, so suppose some fault that will be appeared in this section. Okay, so if we will considering the distance having a m. Okay, so the distance we are considering, the distance, as we are considering the distance relay, so we need to consider, so we will considering the distance as a m from the fault side. So we need to calculate this distance, that means the load side from the fault, and we need to calculate this particular distance from the sending from the system, okay, which will be connected across this bus. Okay, so if I will considering the distance having a m distance. Okay, so for that cases, so from the fault to this particular source we are considering over here, this particular section, this particular section from there to there. Okay, we will considering it should be the values of m z line, right? Okay, and some of the in this section from there to the load side end, this section we will considering which will be having some fault, because the fault will be appeared. Okay, and this will be the downstream fault, so we can see the fault current. So if I will considering, this will be the I. Okay, minus of m into the line impedance, right? So this will be the fault that will be appeared in the transmission line if I will considering a one single source, okay, which will be connected with some load, okay, who's having a impedance of a ZL, right? So where we can say that the ZL is actually my load impedance, load impedance, and Z line is actually my line impedance. That means transmission line impedance, right? So in that case, we have to also been considered. That means we will considering a simple radial system which will be feed to the one single sources, and let us we have to measure the apparent impedance. Okay, so our main concern we have to finding out the apparent impedance. Okay, so we have to finding out the apparent apparent ARENT. Sorry, this is ARENT. This is apparent impedance we need to find it out. Okay, so which will be considered as V upon I. Okay, at the sending end, as because in the sending end, this would be my sending end. Okay, so in the sending end some load will be connected. Okay, so due to some loads there must have some fault that will be appeared, or due to some the system failure there must have some fault. So in that cases, either the fault that will be appeared in this directions, okay, or either the fault that will be appeared in this direction due to any such kind of failure on the load side, okay, because on the load side we have a connection of a transformers, we have a connection of a another electrical components, okay. So due to the transformer failure, it may have some fault that will be appeared in this section, okay. So that will be we don't know in which directions it will come, okay. So that is why we need to calculate the distance, okay, of a fault location, and as well as what will be the apparent impedance of the particular line, okay, depending upon the load impedances, right. So suppose for the for the assumption purpose, first we have to consider we are in the sending end, there will be the no load is connected, okay. So when what will be the condition that will be appeared when the system is under unloaded condition, okay. The suppose in that case, suppose यहाँ पे मेरा क्या है, in the first condition no load is connected, okay. So for that cases अगर ये situation मेरा है, so that means that what, okay, the system are under unloaded condition, okay. The system is under unloaded condition. If the system is an under unloaded condition, okay, so then what will be the current? So there will be the no flow of the current, is it or not? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for that cases my I is equals to 0, okay. If the load is been not connected in the sending end, so why should what is the need of the current? So for that cases I is equal to 0, and for that cases the apparent impedance that will be seen by the relay, it will be infinite. That will be, that means if we are connecting any such kind of relay over this section, over the AB section, okay, so that relay, okay, it will sense that particular faulted, which will be seen by the relay, which will be very much infinite because I equals to 0, okay. So as the system is loaded, okay, so for that cases my if the I is equal to 0, so we can say that the apparent impedance, we can say that the apparent impedance ये कितना होगा, कितना होगा बोलो,
Infinity.
is V by I, V by I, that means V by 0, that means it to be goes to the infinity, right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is why the apparent impedance under unloaded condition, that will be seen by the any such kind of relay if I will connect any relay in a system. Okay, and that particular apparent impedance that should be goes to infinite. Okay, now the second condition is that when the system is under when the system is under loaded condition, when the system is under the loaded condition, so for that cases what is actually happening, okay. So suppose we are connecting one system, okay, which will having a load, we are connecting one load, okay. So as the system is loaded, the apparent impedance reduced to some finite value, right. So what will be the apparent impedance? Okay, so the apparent impedance is the values of the apparent impedance that should be reduced to some of the finite value. Okay, what will be the value? Value would be, so the apparent impedance we can say for this particular cases, so the apparent impedance it will reduce some values. How much values? For some finite value, which will be considered as ZL plus Z line. Okay, where the ZL we are considering the load impedance, and Z line we are considering the line impedance. Okay, so if I will add it together, okay, so it will be considered some finite values, okay, of a apparent impedance, which will be goes to reduce due to the some faulty current, because we are connecting some load in the sending end. Okay, so for that cases, in presence of fault, if any such fault that will be presence in the system, okay, at a per unit distance of a m, at a per unit distance of a m, the impedance that will be seen by the relay, which will be dropped to how much value? Which will be dropped to, that means the impedance under the loaded condition, the impedance under loaded condition, under loaded condition, it will seen, it will seen by the relay, it will seen, this is the very important line, it will seen by the relay drop to, that means we are also called that the apparent impedance that will be reduced some finite values, that means this this particular value that will be reduced, okay, due to the fault appeared in the system. Okay, so the impedance under the loaded condition, it will be seen by the relay drop, okay, for a certain values. What values is, that means what the values is, that value will be, we are considering aim of Z line, that means this particular the value from the system. Okay, so the impedance under the loaded condition, the apparent impedance under the loaded condition, under the loaded condition, okay, it will be seen by any such kind of relay if I will connect, if I will connect the relay R1 over here, okay, so that will be seen by the relay drop, okay, and which will be how much amount of drop it will see, it will be seen by a some finite value, and the value should be considered as aim of Z line, which will be considered, aim will be considered as a distance of fault from the system, okay, into my the line impedance, which will be considered as a Z line. Okay, so what is actually the basic principle of a distance relay? So basic principle of the distance relay is that the this particular apparent impedance, this particular apparent impedance is seen by this relay, seen by this relay, okay, which will be defined, which will be defined as the ratio of a phase voltage. Okay, so that particular apparent impedance, I am right shorting this apparent impedance, that can be defined as the ratio of a phase voltage, that will be the ratio of, that will be the ratio of the phase voltage to the line current. So that is why my apparent integer impedance we will considering V by I. That means V is actually my V phase. V phase divided by my line current, I line. That means this transmission line current. Okay, so the apparent impedance, so the basic principle of the distance relay is that the apparent impedance, which will be seen by the relay R1, okay, which will be defined as a ratio of a phase voltages to the line current of a transmission line. Right, okay, so if I will considering this particular under this AB section, the transmission, the name of the transmission line we will consider, suppose in the AB section, the name of the transmission line we will considering supposed to be the Z dash, okay, So for that cases, we have to read that particular apparent impedance that will be reduced drastically in the presence of a line fault. So due to this particular fault, okay, 1 second, 1 second. এই তোমার 11টা 30 থেকে ছিল না? Okay. Uh, so what is actually thing is which will be, so the basic principle of the distance relay is that the apparent impedance that will be seen by the relay, which will be defined as the ratio of the phase voltages to the line current of a transmission line having a name of a supposed to be the z dash, okay, which will be reduced, that means apparent impedance that will be reduced drastically in the presence of a line fault, which will be this. Okay, so a distance relay. Okay, so this R1 it should be considered as the distance relay. Okay, so a distance relay that will be compare the ratio with the positive sequence impedance of a transmission line. Okay, so what we can say that the distance relay that will compare the ratio with the positive sequence impedance. So we have a two different kind of impedance we will see. Okay, positive sequence. Okay, some of the sequence will be negative sequence and the zero sequence. ये पढ़े थे ना तुम लोग in the power system? पढ़े थे ना positive sequence component, negative sequence component, zero sequence component?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, yes. So, for considering any such kind of fault which will be appeared in the transmission line due to this particular fault, the distance relay that will compare what will be the ratio with the positive sequence impedance of the transmission line. So, if the fraction of the Z dash, this particular section, if I will consider the total impedance, we will considering supposed to be the Z dash, okay, or we should considering the Z line, okay. So the ratio between the Z dash divided by Z1, so that is actually the ratio. So if the fraction, suppose Z dash divided by Z1, okay, is less than the unity, is less than the unity, okay, is less than the unity, then it will indicates that some fault will be appeared. Okay, so this ratio is also indicates that the distance of the fault from the relays. Okay, that means we have to finding out the location of the fault. So from these values, we have to finding out whether any such kind of fault that will be appeared in the transmission line or not, and in which distance from the either system or from the load side. Okay, so from this ratio from this ratio, we have to finding out the two things. One, we have to locate the fault, that means in which distance from the system or the from the sending end, that means we are finding out the distance, and as well as the fault location. We have to indicate the fault, where the fault that will be arise. Okay, so we have to calculate these things. Why? Because the impedance is a complex number. Okay, obviously because we have a positive sequence, zero sequence, infinite sequence, zero sequence that will be implemented in the impedance. Okay, so that is why we will always know that thing, the impedance is a complex number. Okay, so if we having a impedance z is equal to x plus zy having something, so this particular value is must be there whenever we have to calculate some impedance, line impedance. Okay, so this j is actually having a complex variables, okay, to the complex number. So for that cases, if the impedance having a complex number, the distance projection is inherently directional, obviously. Why it is directional? Some of them is coming. So why it is directional? because already I told you we are connecting one system over here. Okay, so due to any system failure, so some of the fault some fault can be flow through these directions. Okay, and if I am loaded this condition, if I am connecting one load in the sending end, so it may happen due to the failure of any such kind of instrument in the load section. Okay, it may happen that some of the fault that will be appeared in this section, so we can say that the distance protection, okay, distance protection relay, okay, the distance protection relay is inherently having a property of a directional overcurrent protections also. Okay, that means if I connect one distance protection relay on the transmission line, it will be did the work, what the work that will be done by the directional overcurrent relay. So that is why the distance protection relay is actually called the advanced version of a protection scheme, okay, of a directional overcurrent relay. Is it clear or not? Is it clear or not? Or is there any question? Yes, Ritesh?
यस सर।
कुछ कोई क्वेश्चन है, समझ में आ रहा है?
सर यूनिटी से लेस होगा तो वो
हाँ, यूनिटी से लेस होगा तो
जो रेशियो है जेड
हम्म,
डैश अपॉन जेड वन,
हाँ,
तो सर जेड डैश यहाँ पे कहाँ पे शो किए वो थोड़ा सा।
z dash, or we can say that that means the ratio we will considering either the z line, or we can say that z dash, whatever it is, divided by z1, its value, it will be less than infinity or unity. This one, the values of the impedance, line impedance, समझे?
सर जेड इज द लाइन इम्पीडेंस सर एंड जेड डैश।
हाँ, z dash is actually the total impedance we will be considered having a values of supposed to be the z dash, we will considering the z line plus my zl. Is that clear?
ओके सर।
Okay, that means we are giving that sin that z line plus my zl divided by z1.
जेड
ओके, ये जो वैल्यू मेरा है, ये अगर दैट विल बी लेस देन माय यूनिटी, सो फॉर दैट केसेस दिस फॉल्ट विल बी appear, अदरवाइज नॉट. सो फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू, ठीक है, अगर तुमको कोई सपोज कोई पावर सेक्टर में तुमको एज ए इंजीनियर तुमको रिक्रूट किया गया है, तो उस टाइम में तुमको तुम्हारा जो सीनियर इंजीनियर है, सो अगर तुमको बोलेगा कि यू हैव टू फाइंडिंग आउट द फॉल्ट, वेयर द फॉल्ट दैट विल बी लोकेटेड. Okay, so using this particular solution, you have to finding out the faults. Okay, so there must have some instrument, but the calculation for calculation you need to have a you need to have your own. Okay, because some instrument will be there. Okay, but you need to calculate how much amount of fault that will be appeared in the system. Okay, and in which distance from the sources. Okay, so you need to measure these things. From there you have to finding out what will be the faulty, what will be the fault values. Okay, that means there must have a fault current values. Okay, if, from there you have to finding out the values of if also. Okay, so depending upon the values of this, okay, we have to measure what will be the values of fault current. Okay, what will be the distance, that means what will be the values of m. Okay, and where the fault that will located. अगर तुम m find कर लोगे, so automatically if I will finding out the values of m, so automatically you will finding out the what will be the uh, where the fault that will be located. Is that clear?
यस
Okay, so for that cases, if the this particular distance protection, so ये जो distance protection है, ये inherently और एक तो behavior है, जो behavior है directional. Okay, so अगर हम distance protections को डिस्टेंस प्रोटेक्शन रिले यहाँ पे लगाते हैं, सो वी डिड नॉट need of a directional overcurrent relay, because already the task, whatever the task that will be assigned for the directional overcurrent relay, the that particular task will be done by the distance protection. So that is why the distance protection relay is actually called the advanced version of the protection schemes of the over the directional overcurrent protection relay. Okay, so we can say that it will be having a as we can say that the impedance having a complex number, so it must have a different quadrant. Okay, so suppose first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. So in the first quadrant is a in a forward directions. Okay, suppose what that is mean. Okay, I will show you. Okay, in another. So we are implementing the two different relay for that. One is under the distance protection relay. One relay we have to implement is a impedance relay. Another relay we will implementing the more relay. Okay. So what will be the function of these two relays actually? Okay. So first I have to, that means we have to implement under the distance relay. सो अगर तुमको पूछा जाएगा कि the impedance relay and more relay. So the more relay is actually which type of relay? Okay, so some multiple choices will be coming. Okay, so you need to tell that it's a distance protection relay. Okay, not the overcurrent protection relay. Okay, so these are the two relay is under the distance protection relay. Okay, so what are the types of this particular relays actually? What will be the working principle of this particular impedance relay? So these two working principle will be different, but both is under the distance relay. Okay, so impedance relay will working under some quadrant. Okay, and more relay will be working in another quadrant. Okay, and another behavior of a faulty conditions. Okay, so, in which condition we will choose the impedance relay, and for which faulty condition we will choose the mode relay. So, that we need to select. Okay. For each and every relay, we will consider as a distance relay. So, first I have to draw the two relay diagrams. Okay. Two relay diagram. Okay. How that is the vector representation of a diagram. Okay, because actually the relay, the impedance relay, so we are finding out the impedance. From there we have a some vector representation for that. Okay, so that means whether it should be the directional or the non-directional protection schemes that will be under which quadrant. Okay, so if I will considering the first quadrant, okay, we are implementing the first quadrant, then it should be considered as a forward directions. That means impedance directional impedance relay, that will be results for the characteristics of some impedance relay or having a more relay in both the cases, right? So in both the faulty condition we will use depending upon the what the values of the impedance is, that means apparent impedance. Okay, and what will be the in which quadrant we will select. Okay, so impedance, first I have to draw the figure for that. Okay, to understand this thing. Okay, you have a two quadrant. Here also we have some quadrant over here. Okay. Yes. these are the two axes we will considering. So this will be considered as my x, and suppose this will be considered as my, yes, suppose we will considering the relay quadrant. So that is why we will write like this. Okay. So these are the two quadrants we have, which having a mid values. Okay. So under the section, that means under the section of AB section discuss किए थे. So for that cases we will considering values of this. Okay. So this will be my A. This will be my B. Okay. So AB under this section, what will be my line impedance? It should be considered as my Z line, right? So this will be the representation of the impedance relay. Okay. And for that case, we are considering this will be my x axis, and this will be my the axis rotation of relay. Okay. And this point we are considering the A, that means we are considering the region, right? And some points that we will be considering supposed to be, this is my B. Okay. So we will going to the lines. Okay. And some of the portion we are considering over here. Suppose this one, this point, this point too. Yes. Okay. So this will be for my the same thing, which I will draw for the more relays also. This is my more relay. Okay, vector representation. Okay, so this will be my x-axis and this will be my r-axis. Okay, so and this should be considered as my zn for the values of the infinite values. Okay, and that should be considered as my z line. Okay, here also this should be considered as my z line over here. Okay, and this will be considered as by resultant values. Okay, resultant values supposed to be, if I will consider, it should be the z dash. Okay, so that should be considered as z line plus zn. Okay, so we will considering the two angles for that, this angle. Okay, and another, this particular angle we will consider. Okay, which will be having supposed to be lambda, and the blue one we will considering the angle is theta. Okay, so from this particular vector diagram, okay, we have to finding out what will be the tripping law, okay, of a impedance relay, and how could I write these things. Okay, so we are putting some set values. That means agar the values of supposed to be, if the values of supposed to be the z dash mod of z dash, if it will be the actually nothing but my vr by ir, that means voltage across this relay divided by ir, that will be my apparent impedance, okay, which will be less than, if the values will be less than some set values of the impedance, which will be considered as z set, okay, mod of, that means the magnitude, okay. So for that cases, from this value, if it will be, if this condition that will be appeared, if this condition that will be appeared, okay, then the tripping signals that will be goes to the circuit breaker, else it should be restrained, okay. So while we will considering the impedance relay, while we will considering the impedance relay has only one design parameters, so these are the only one parameters we will consider, okay. So the jet set, that will be considered for, or we can say that it should be considered as jet set value, okay. So that particular portion we will considering the jet set. So if I will choosing this impedance relay, if I will choosing the impedance relay, we have an only single design parameters, okay. But if I will choosing the more relay, so there must have some finite values, okay, which will be considered as by jet set, okay. Under the more relay has a two design parameters, okay. One, two design parameters, क्या क्या parameter है, supposed to be jet set, okay. These are also one parameters, we can say the zn, or we can say the Zn. Okay, and another parameter we will consider supposed to be this particular angle due to this particular Zn. Due to this particular Zn, okay, we have another parameter which will be red section. That will be this section. Okay, so these are the two parameters for the Moore relay we will consider. So whenever we have to finding out the calculation, so it should be very easier from the Moore relay rather than the impedance relay, because the impedance relay having only the single parameter value which will be considered as a theta. Okay, so the trip law for the Moore relay is given by, okay, so this particular law, this particular, so the in case of a Moore relay, in case of a Moore relay, what will be the tripping law? The tripping law will be given by, tripping law will be given by like this, if, keep understand these things, okay. Otherwise whenever we did the problem, whenever we solve the problem, it should be very difficult, because this section will be little bit complicated, okay. So if the z dash, or we can say that the z set, right, so if it will be considered as z set, the mod of z set, that is equals to less than Zn cos of theta minus lambda. If this particular condition that will arise, okay, then only connection is lost. কার আমার না हेलो हाँ मॉर्निंग कौन बोल रहे हो अच्छा संजय बोल रहे हो ठीक है हम देखेंगे तो उसको फॉरवर्ड कर देंगे ठीक है हाँ हाँ ठीक है हम देख लेंगे ठीक है ओके হ্যাঁ কোন ডেটাগুলো কল করবে দেওয়া আছে তো ওখানে মার্কিং করা আছে দেখবে এই সাইডে যাবে সিরিয়াল নাম্বারে ওখানে মার্কিং করা আছে Okay, so due to power cut, we have a connection lost. Okay, so we will wait for 1 minute. I will share my screen again so that you will able to see. Wait for 1 minute. Okay, I will share my screen. Yes, yes, my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So where I am there, actually, in case of a Moore relay, so this is for the condition for the impedance relay. Okay, so I either no, not the impedance relay, it is for the condition for the Moore relay because we are considering the two parameters. Okay, and this is also the condition for the Moore relay. Okay, if I having considering a two parameters, right? So as because we will considering the two parameters for that, so we are having a two conditions. Okay, so the two conditions are, what are the two conditions, what I will say, that means z bar, okay, z slash, that is equals to v by r divided by I by r, that is equals to less than my the values of z set. Okay, so this is my the condition 1. Okay, and for the condition 2, for the condition 2, what I will say, that the values of z set, that means the magnitude of z set, if it will be the less than zn cos of theta minus lambda. Okay, okay, theta, where we can say, the theta is actually a nothing but a angle of transmission line. Okay, theta is actually the angle of transmission line, and lambda is actually the angle which will be also been called as a torque angle, which will be also been called as a torque angle. Okay, due to some legacy of a electromechanical relay, because all the relays having a mechanical part which will be there in the relay. Okay, so due to the electromechanical behavior of the relay, we are having an angle of a lambda, so that is why it should be considered as a torque angle. Okay, so if these two condition that will be appeared in a Moore relay, okay, having the values of theta and having the values of lambda, if this condition will be arise, for then only the trip signals that will be goes to the circuit breaker. Okay, otherwise it should be restrained. Okay, but this such kind of scenario that will not be seen in the impedance relay. If I will choosing the impedance relay, why will why I will choosing the more relay rather than the impedance relay? Because the impedance relay having a single parameter value. Okay, so it only having a angle of transmission line. Okay, so if any such kind of mechanical fault that will be appeared in the impedance relay, so we cannot finding out the torque angle. Okay, so if the we have a n number of parameters we are connecting, so our solution of problem that will be very much easier rather than the having a single parameter. ठीक है, अगर सिंगल पैरामीटर का वैल्यू तुम जानोगे तो उसके लिए दैट जो कैलकुलेशन पार्ट होगा दैट विल बी डिफिकल्ट rather than अगर पैरामीटर वैल्यू तुम्हारा ज़्यादा रहेगा. So for that cases, if we will know the two parameter value or the three parameter value, then we will easily finding out what will be the fault current and what will be my apparent impedances, having the values of the angle of transmission line and as well as the angle of the torque angle. Okay, if the all the values we have to be predetermined, so for that cases our solution will be very much easier in the more relay if I will using the more relay rather than using of a impedance relay. But the some implementation of the impedance relay is having there. Okay, but under the simple operational condition. Suppose our fault, suppose some of the fault which will be appeared in the transmission line, some of the fault that will be applied in the transmission line having a less values. Okay, so for that cases we are considering the impedance relay. Otherwise if the there must have a huge fault, for that cases we will considering the more relay. Why it will be, we are having the two different parameters we will considering, as well as we are finding the different values of the current also. Okay, different values of the current and as well as the apparent impedance. The values of the apparent impedance is very much reliable in the more relay, okay, rather than the impedance relay. Okay, so whenever we have a doing the problem, okay, so that will be very much easier to understand also. Okay, whenever we finding out some problem. Okay, so that is actually the principle of a distance relay. So what the principle is of a distance relay? The principle of the distance relay that will be working, that will be based on the distance. ओके, फ्रॉम द फॉल्टी कंडीशन, कहाँ पे मेरा फॉल्ट हुआ है उसी का डिस्टेंस हमको कैलकुलेट करना है. एंड द मेन थिंग इज वी हैव टू फाइंडिंग आउट द इम्पीडेंस. ओके, apparent impedance which will be the values of VR by IR, that is the ratio. If I will know the values of this, okay, then automatically we will finding out what will be the aim, what will be the fault current and where the fault that will be located. That is why, and also the distance relay have some capability of a directional protection type. So that is why the distance relay is actually called the advanced version of a directional overcurrent relay, because we are connecting one single system. Okay, and in the sending end we are connecting the load, so we don't know key in which side the fault that will come. Okay, so that is why we are implementing the distance relay for that. So for the distance relay our main concentration is we have to finding out the apparent impedance. Okay, apparent impedance is the important parameter for the distance relay. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will next class I will solve one problem so that you will understand very easily. Okay, solve जब करेंगे problem को, ठीक है, तब we will understand what is actually the things will be going on. That means the practical operation जब हम लोग करेंगे then that will understand. Theoretical aspects में कभी कभी we cannot understand. Okay, it may happen, it may with me also. Okay, but whenever we will do the practical operation or practical problem, then we will understand what is actually going on inside this transmission line. Okay, so we will do these things in the next class. Okay, so I think I have to stop the session for today. Okay, so all are requested to leave the session for today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Pankaj Kumar, you are requested to leave the session for today. স্যার তোমার লাগবে লাগবে হ্যাঁ ওকে আবার এটা দিয়ে আসি একটুখানি